Good afternoon, folks. It's Nate from Volkswagen of Streetsboro. And past couple videos, I did that Beamer and I forget what I did, that big Chevy before that. I like to show the fancy cars that we have here, but I also like to show that we have everyday, go to the grocery store, take the kids to soccer practice kind of stuff. And that's exactly what I have for you today. I had a friend tell me they were looking at possibly a 3-row SUV, and this one is pretty well priced. It's right about 20 grand, and it's only 2 years old, and it's got about 25,000 miles on it. And I took the car up the road and drove it a little bit, and brought it back, did my test drive, so I have something to talk about when I do the video. And really, I've thought about looking at a Kia vehicle myself. I think they build great cars. They've been around for a long time, since the 1940s. They used to manufacture cars for other makers. They were kind of like a satellite facility that would take on work from like Peugeot and Ford or whatever and build cars for them for the Korean market. And then they struck out on their own in the early 90s or something like that. And since then, their vehicles have really come full circle. So without further ado, so this is that 2019 that I was telling you about. It is a Kia Sorento LX. And it has it's an LX, and it looked like online most of the LXs have 6 cylinders, but this one has a 4. And really, it doesn't need the 6. It's only got about 185 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque, but it's high revving, and it has the 6-speed transmission that can really make advantage of that torque and keep it right in that power band. This also has the all-wheel drive on it. You can see the soap around the tires. Our guys get lazy and they don't clean that off. That's residue from when they soap up the tires to slip them onto the rim. So this has brand new tires on it. The brakes are good. Like I said, it's only 25,000 miles. And my impression of the vehicle is a very good one. I've thought about purchasing a Kia. I was looking at maybe a what's the other one? The Sportage. But I might like this better, because this is like I've said in the other videos, this has got a lot more room. I'm a big guy. I like big cars. I cannot lie. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so seriously, let's get down to the business end of things. Now you can see this back seat has tons of room, and the seats fold out of the way pretty easily. You just pull this and you can get back there. The other side tilts forward. Okay, did that with one arm. And yeah, these back seats slide forward and backward. You got your center armrest. People will be nice and comfy back here. I like it's fake wood trim accent, but it's very nicely done fake wood trim accent. And it carries throughout the cabin. You can see all the door controls there, and the front seat. And I'll get in, I'll start it up. Egress, ingress for me is very easy in this vehicle. This is like the modern day version of the old school family station wagon, and it does that job so well. So here we go.
Day, and an echo of the one he faced as vice president back in 2014.
Turn the radio down. I think the Kias have a very attractive cockpit, nice dashboard, nice steering wheel. This has brake assist, but it doesn't have the adaptive cruise control, which is fine. It's missing heated seats as well, but and even just having the manual seat adjustments, these seats are very comfortable. I don't really miss the more expensive seats because they have plenty of bolstering, and the lumbar has plenty of support. It's got good seats in it. Take care of you on those long drives when you're taking the family to Disneyland or whatever you're going to do with this thing. Yeah, so these all these back seats fold down, and you have a ton of cargo space. GDI, so that's gas direct injection. It doesn't have the auto close. This is it's I think like a mid-level model, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's got the ones that are important. I would consider buying this car in a heartbeat. This thing's in great shape, and it's almost new still, but it's not being sold as new. It's got, 25,000 miles on it, so you save a lot of money off of buying something that's outright new. It's only a couple years old. It still has most of its useful life ahead of it, and that's a really smart way to buy cars. All right, I'm gonna pause this. We'll take a quick cruise. Alrighty, so I buckled up, and I'll show you the instrument cluster. I'll put her in drive. This also has the auto stick where you can shift up and down, and that's a very nice feature. This car drives very nicely with that. It also has auto headlights, but it doesn't have auto dimming. It's got a good stereo. It's got airbags all over the place, crumple zones, roll bars front and rear. This is an excellent vehicle at a very reasonable price. And if you're looking for something to take the family around, this is the way to go. I'm a musician besides selling cars, so I'm always looking for something with room to carry my instruments. I particularly play tuba, and tubas aren't small, and this is a kind of car that I could carry several tubas in and another passenger, or I could even carry a couple of tubas and a couple of passengers. It's got plenty of room. That's when I first started driving town cars. Boy, it's noisy and busy out here today. When I first started driving the town cars, I went to a dealership, and I took my tuba with me that was in its hard case, and I told the salesman that the car that I'm going to buy has to be able to fit my tuba inside the trunk and shut the lid. I wanted a sedan that I could do that with, and I test drove two cars. The Cadillac would not fit the tuba, but the Lincoln would, and thus was the invention of the tuba test. And every vehicle I do, I think of it in that terms. Can it pass the tuba test? And this would pass the tuba test with flying colors. And I'm sure it would pass many other tests as well. This is a fantastic vehicle. I'm really enjoying these newer Kias, style-wise, performance-wise, price point-wise. It's not trimmed in the most expensive materials, but the materials they have in here are good enough. It's a plastic rubberized steering wheel, but it still feels good. The dash is soft, and that's real stitching on there, and it makes the car feel a little classier than it is, and I appreciate that. I like a good value for my dollar, and these Kias really bring it home for us. So anyway, if you are in the market for a third row SUV that's going to get good gas mileage, has 4x, and has the rock solid construction that comes from Kia, give me a call. This is Nate at Volkswagen of Streetsboro in Streetsboro, Ohio. And you can reach me on my cell, area code 330-553-0438. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I will see you folks with the next one. Have a great evening.